USCIS and role of social media posts. The true story behind the controversy. In a rapidly evolving digital age, where social media plays a crucial role in how individuals express themselves and connect with one another, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, has taken a significant step to monitor social media activity. This move has raised substantial concerns regarding privacy, freedom of expression, and the implications for millions seeking to make the United States their home. This article will delve into the true story behind USCIS's monitoring of social media posts, examining its purpose, implications, and the broader context of immigration enforcement in the United States. Understanding USCIS. To understand the significance of USCIS monitoring social media, it's critical to first explore the agency's role. USCIS is a division of the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, responsible for overseeing lawful immigration to the United States. Its primary functions include processing visa petitions, asylum applications, and naturalization requests. Established in 2003 in response to the September 11th attacks, USCIS has evolved to adapt to national security needs while striving to maintain humanitarian values. However, fulfilling these dual mandates has often sparked contentious debates regarding privacy, security, and the treatment of immigrants. The beginning of social media monitoring. The idea of monitoring social media isn't entirely new. USCIS began indicating its intent to scrutinize online activities in earnest during the 2016 and 2017 fiscal years. However, the formal policy regarding social media monitoring took shape with the implementation of the Homeland Security Presidential Directive, HSPD 12, which required the integration of social networking data into the vetting process of individuals seeking immigration benefits. In 2019, USCIS publicly acknowledged that it started collecting publicly available social media information from various platforms as part of its comprehensive vetting approach. The agency emphasized that it uses this information to evaluate applicants' eligibility for immigration benefits, ensuring national security. The objectives of monitoring social media. The primary objectives behind USCIS's monitoring practices are threefold. 1. National security. One of the core reasons for monitoring is to ensure the safety of American residents and maintain national security. In an era marked by terrorism and extremist activities, scrutinizing social media can help identify potential risks associated with applicants. For instance, posts that reflect extremist ideologies or affiliations can trigger further review. 2. Fraud prevention. Another critical goal is to keep fraud at bay within the immigration system. Social media can serve as an invaluable resource for investigators seeking evidence that can either corroborate or contradict the information provided in an immigration application. For instance, discrepancies between declared marital status and public social media posts could raise concerns about an applicant's authenticity. 3. Public safety. USCIS aims to protect public safety by assessing the behavior and activities of individuals who intend to live and work in the United States. By monitoring online posts, the agency can identify potential applicants involved in illicit activities, criminal behavior, or associations with harmful organizations. The controversy surrounding social media monitoring. While the rationale of monitoring may seem rooted in legitimate security concerns, the move has sparked a significant backlash from various community members, civil liberties organizations, and legal experts. The controversy encompasses several dimensions. 1. Privacy invasion. One of the most prominent concerns about USCIS's social media monitoring is the potential invasion of privacy. Many applicants believe that their social media presence reflects personal thoughts, opinions, and lifestyle choices that do not necessarily indicate their eligibility for immigration benefits. Critics argue that scrutinizing people's social media can lead to prejudiced assessments based on individuals' expressions or beliefs, infringing on their right to free speech. 2. Disproportionate impact on minority groups. Several reports and studies suggest that immigrant communities, particularly those from specific countries or ethnic backgrounds, could be disproportionately affected by such monitoring practices. The fear of online expression being used against them can discourage individuals from freely engaging in discussions about their experiences, culture, and opinions. 3. Lack of transparency. the details surrounding the monitoring process remain vague. Many individuals and immigration advocates express concerns regarding what criteria USCIS uses to evaluate social media activity, how long data is retained, and how immigrants can contest decisions influenced by social media posts. This lack of transparency raises trust issues between USCIS and immigrant communities. 4. Fear of chilling effects. The overarching concern is that the prospect of surveillance may lead to a chilling effect on free expression. Immigrants and advocates worry that the fear of being monitored could silence voices within communities, particularly those who speak out against injustices or policies that affect them. Social media platforms and USCIS. The interaction between USCIS and social media platforms, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, raises additional questions about data privacy and ethics. While USCIS claims it only utilizes publicly available information, the processing of social media data is subject to limitations imposed by the platforms themselves. Social media companies have increasingly come under scrutiny regarding how they manage user data. As they work to strike a balance between user privacy and external demands for information, there are concerns regarding compliance and transparency. Users are often unaware of the extent to which their information may be shared with governmental agencies, including USCIS. The role of immigration advocacy organizations. In response to USCIS's monitoring practices, numerous civil rights organizations and immigration advocacy groups have voiced their concerns and taken a stand against invasive monitoring. They seek to protect immigrant rights and ensure that social media monitoring does not become a tool for discrimination or the unjust denial of immigration benefits. Organizations such as the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, advocate for transparency in immigration enforcement policies while pushing back against the militarization of immigration. They argue that policies surrounding social media monitoring should not infringe upon people's rights to communicate freely or express their identities. Addressing the concerns. As scrutiny of USCIS's social media monitoring practices intensifies, there are steps that can be taken to address these concerns. 1. Greater transparency and guidelines. USCIS should provide clearer guidelines to delineate how social media data is collected, the criteria for evaluation, and the processes available for applicants to dispute or appeal decisions influenced by social media activity. 2. Public engagement and dialogue. Opening channels for dialogue between USCIS, immigrant communities, and civil society can help build trust and alleviate fears about surveillance practices. Hearing feedback from the communities most affected can ensure that policies reflect the values and needs of society. 3. Emphasizing oversight and accountability. Establishing checks and balances in USCIS's monitoring program can help prevent abuse. Legislative oversight, public reporting, and independent audits can ensure that social media monitoring occurs within established ethical boundaries. 4. Civic education. Informing immigrants about their rights concerning social media and the implications of sharing information online can empower them to make informed decisions about their online presence. Providing guidance on privacy management can help mitigate potential risks. Conclusion. USCIS's decision to monitor social media posts highlights the intersection between national security and civil liberties in the world of immigration. While the agency justifies its actions by citing aims of national security, fraud prevention, and public safety, concerns regarding privacy, discriminatory impact, and lack of transparency cannot be overlooked. As society grapples with integrating new technologies into long-standing institutions, finding a balance that respects individual rights while addressing security needs is paramount. The future of social media monitoring within the immigration landscape must reflect a commitment to ethical standards, protect the rights of individuals, and foster trust between immigrants and the institutions that serve them. Ultimately, retracing the steps toward accountability and transparency may hold the key to ensuring that the values of equity and justice remain at the forefront of immigration policy in the United States. Yes, if you like the efforts, please be with us by subscribing to the channel Travel Tree News for more updates on such matters.